Hey guys, it's Jason from GameRave. So I was going to shoot a video about pause mode with the Neo Geo game today, and apparently Nintendo decided, you know what? Let's release some info about our system. And after having my phone blow up for a good hour while I was at work, about people asking me for opinions and so forth, I figured, hey, here we go. Everyone gets my reply. If I had to sum up my response to the Switch's announcement, it would be to break it down from literally the very top. I love the logo. The Switch's logo is clearly, representing the two halves of the controller, but I love that it's almost a yin-yang symbol and that it's kind of like a little ASCII-like Dvorak face. That's cool. Nintendo's usually not one for symbolic logos, like it's usually just their name, but the two squares of the DS and the Switch's little halves thing works pretty well. As far as the actual system, seeing a Nintendo product with no gimmick is phenomenal. Like, my heart warmed as I watched that video because there was no motion controller, there was no dual screen, there was no thumb monitor thing or whatever, pulse, whatever have you, from that never came to light with the Wii. It was a flipping game system. Sweet Jesus, that is the first step in a very, very right direction. As far as the execution of the hardware, and this is coming from a 3-minute trailer, not having hands-on with it, obviously, I'm impressed. My only fear is that the two controller halves are not going to be high quality. Like, they're going to be like that Wii nunchuck, where it's not quite high grade, but not quite shitty plastic. Like, that's my biggest fear right now. However, the tablet is really nice sized, especially when it's your like Wii U tablet effect. And I love that the base station is just a giant slab. I'm assuming the big honking front of it is there to protect the screen when it's being stored. But I just love that it looks like a giant fucking slab. Like, there's your controller, and there's the box to put it in. Have at it. The controller itself, as far as the screen and the two halves are concerned, not bad. It's pretty. I love the fact that they were able to get two controllers by just flipping one and then still get the diagonal set up like how the Xbox 360 controllers are. The Pro controller they showed near the end of the video, but it's a Pro controller, who cares? What's weird is the Pro controller kind of negates what the Switch is designed to do, so it's kind of like more of like a home controller, I guess. But as far as form factor and what they're trying to convey with it, as far as like on the TV, in your controller, portable, it's not original. TurboGrafx did it first, the Turbo Express. They did it with the Nomad. Obviously, the NVIDIA Shield would come to mind, and things like that. But when I discussed the NX in my NX Matters video, and I brought up about how Pokemon Go would be a big deal for it, I never would have thought it would be more of Nintendo Go. And this is the important part of if you take away nothing from this video, understand this. With the Switch, Nintendo has essentially brought back not just couch co-op. They have allowed you to take couch co-op anywhere. Anywhere. If at least two people have a Switch, you have 4 players on whatever game you're carrying anywhere. Like, that alone is the most beautiful thing you will ever see in a modern day game system. Is blatant, beautiful, creative couch co-op support. That my hat is off to Nintendo. Like, that alone, that should be the system seller right there. As far as other things they showed, the 4 games they showed, Zelda's been shown forever, who cares? Mario Kart, for the 5 seconds you saw, whatever. Mario didn't look that great. Well, you know what's weird? I shouldn't say I didn't care for Mario, but like, I can take or leave Mario these days. It almost looked like a sort of new vibe of that one area from Mario 64 Pyramid. And I know it's not, but I got that vibe from it for whatever reason. The basketball game, I'm sure, was NBA 2K something. Who cares? Aside from the couch co-op. The Skyrim is interesting, and you should take it with a grain of salt, because Bethesda hasn't confirmed that Skyrim is coming to the Switch, despite it being in the trailer. Now, this isn't anything new. There were three games featured for the Wii U that never came out, so take that as the grain of salt. As far as the image they showed of all the companies supporting the Switch, you can ignore the entire bottom third of that image, because that's just the back-end people. That's the software, the engines, etc. Although it was kind of nifty seeing Autodesk on there. Maybe you can start creating your own games. But I can't trust that. I am a day one Wii U owner, and I bought my Mass Effect 3, and like the next day, EA was like, oh yeah, we're not supporting any of the DLC with it. So all those you just spent $400 to play the same game without any of the extra content? Sorry. So yeah, like it's so weird being this indifferent about a game system, and that's a good thing. It's not healthy to have a very fanboyish approval of something or a completely anti-fanboy negativity towards it without being able to physically play it and state your business. But as someone who bought a DSi day one to only result in 3 exclusive games for it that all sucked, to the people that bought a 3DS XL, I've only been out of a video game store for 4 months now. I can't keep track of what is going on. The new 3DS. For people that bought the new 3DS and have that, one game that's exclusive for it, I don't need to have a Nintendo system day one. In fact, it's going to take a lot from Nintendo to make me jump into this pool. I'm talking, I need Metroid Prime 4. I need some sort of Advance Wars, like really badly. Maybe Eternal Darkness, just buy it from Silicon Knights and have at it. But yeah, like for how much they finally did right, and the promise of going true old school and marketing it to my people, that's amazing. But until I see actual games that I want to play in it, there is just no need to buy one. Clearly, I've got other stuff to play. Alright guys, that does it for my opinion on the Switch. Hopefully you guys have some opinions and so forth, be it about mine or the system in general. As always, comment below, discuss. I love talking to you guys. I'll see you down there. Catch me on Twitter or Facebook. I'll actually move pause mode to next week because I really want to do the article because it's about a great game. So we'll get to see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Play the games and be sure to laugh. Have a good one, guys. Take care.